Hello, everybody. I just woke up and I was just thinking about everything. And I just wanted to let everybody know that we go through so much and we don't know why. And sometimes we won't know why. Sometimes, no matter how many things that we ask or no matter how many questions, we don't know the answers and we won't. But I realize that you have to accept them as they come. I used to be a very stressed person. I used to think so much. And I still think a lot and things like that. But the fact that I can go to sleep at night, makes me happy because I used to not be able to sleep unless I smoked. And then I let go of that and I learned that I don't have to smoke to sleep. And it was the most liberating feeling I ever had. I am who I am. I'm going to write a mini biography on my life because I don't want to explain it all, but I do. I rather explain it on video, but there's so much I've seen, I've done, I've had done to me. It's all balance. I was learning what I was not for so long, and that was part of the process. And then about 2 years ago, I said, I am done learning what I am not. I'm going to learn what I am. And here I am. Man, I was thinking about something. There is when I was a kid, I used to have extreme growing pains. I was meditating and something came to me and told me that was not growing pains. That the growing pains was actually my energy going through my body at that time. And it made sense because of all the, since I've been born, I've been this way. I always wanted to help people. I lost contact with my father for 8 years because I liked girls. And I happened to be dating a girl at the time. And he thought I was an abomination. And he didn't want anything to do with me. So that's how I ended up on my own, is, being kicked out and stuff. And I realized I've burned so many ways, you guys. I burned in the material world. I wanted to get so fat because I felt so disgusted. I was sick. I didn't want people to see the external me. And then I realized that the external me is the equivalent of the internal. And that it wasn't a curse, that it wasn't a blessing, it just is. And I went through periods of time where I cut myself. I went through periods of time where I was just obliterated. When you grow up, you don't expect your family to disown you over who you love. And you don't expect, when I was growing up, I used to have little kids put me in corners and want to fight me and stuff because I was too nice. I bet I've dealt with this so much in my life. And I think about all the Jesus' story specifically, where he sat with the killers and the liars and the thieves, and he still loved them. And no matter all the pain, it made me love even more. It made me want to help people even more because how much pain they was in. How could you want to hurt something that is nice? That makes no sense to me. But then I thought about it. That was because they didn't understand. They were scared of it. They thought it was evil. In this world, the things that are evil are good, and the things that are evil, the things that are evil are good, and the good is evil. Excuse me. And really, that's why there's no clear line. You are an angel. You are a demon. You are God. You are the devil. And you can choose to be neither by accepting both. I love so hard and so deep. I treat every single person like my lover. Every single person. When I'm in the store, when I see somebody, I just be like, hi, how are you? And I generally mean it. Because when they answer me, if they say they're upset, I'm like, are you okay? Would you like to talk about it? Most of the time, I can get the vibe if they want to or not. Here's the funny thing. When I meet somebody, I can feel their pain. So even though they say, I'm okay, I know that they're okay, but they're not. They're holding so much on the inside. So much. For no reason. They hold way too much. And they don't have to. But everybody feels like they have to bear all their burdens because it's a sin. That's the biggest lie. There's no sin. There is sin. Sin is the belief that you hold yourself to what happened. The Christians, they're taught to pray and ask for forgiveness. But if you go back, you will see that that whole thing came from you realizing what you're doing and not doing it. That caused you pain and confusion or whatever, or learn from it. Because just because something is painful, just because something hurts, doesn't mean it's bad. And that's the illusion, because just because it feels good and you like it and you love it doesn't mean it's necessarily good. And that's why there is no good or bad. That is why this whole illusion of this place is the irony. Because if you try to be good, what are you trying to be good for? It's all internal. It all starts from within. I could have been angry. I could have hated all these people. I could have been a murderer, but I transmuted it. I let it change and burn through me. When I was kicked out of my family's house, I took all my stuff that I could. I had to learn that family is just names. They're not people, they're not mom and dad. They're Joe, they're Anani, they're whatever your name is, whatever your culture is, whatever you want to call mom and dad. They're not those things. They are not those titles. Your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your mother, those are just titles. They owe you nothing. They don't have to be a mother. They don't have to be your father. They don't have to treat you any type of way. They can treat you any type of way they want. But you don't have to carry forward those teachings. They're going to burn through you. But as long as you let go, it's going to transform into something even better. I was forced to go to, a Baptist church. They used to, I lived in a foster family, and they used to beat me and my brother with this board with holes in it. It was just so many things. And at one point I asked, why? And I still believe in asking why, but there's a time and place for everything, and that's what I'm learning. There's a time and place to think, and to grow and to understand, and there's a time to be and just let it go. I don't understand anything, but then I do. I try to understand so I can explain it to those that want to know. A couple months ago, I had the urge to go ahead and start explaining to people and just be me. Don't try to pretend to be a prophet, to be a guru, to be anything other than me, because those titles mean nothing. Those titles was made to express what you are inside. You cannot become a guru. You are a guru. You cannot be a god. You are a god. All these numbers, these sigils, these governments, they're nothing. You have free will. The news is fake. Do not trust your news. If you want to know what's real, go outside right now. Is there a police state? Can you walk down the street? If you honestly wanted to piss somewhere, you could. If you wanted to honestly collect rainwater, you could. What are laws? Bullshit. You know what I live by? I do unto others as I do to myself. That is my gold and silver rule, my bronze rule. And my follow-up to that is, I do unto myself as I would do to others. And I do unto others as I would do to myself. That is the missing link, people. You cannot do unto others as you would do yourself if you don't know how to do unto yourself first, because you're going to treat others how you do unto yourself. That is already what explained inside that message, but it's so quick that people miss it. They think that doing to others as you do to yourself means, oh, I have to treat these people with kindness. No, you got to treat yourself with kindness first, because how can you treat others with compassion and understanding if you don't have it for yourself? If you can't let go of the dogma of society and religions and love and trust yourself and the steps that you take, how can you trust other people? Every time I feel angry, I transmute it into love. Every time I get sad, I feel the emotion 100%. I don't deny it, but I transmute it. It's energy. So I transmute it into healing. Whatever I want it to be, I transmute it. I got confused really bad last night because I was looking for something I did wrong. What did I do to cause this? And instead of finding what I did wrong, I found everything that I did right. You see, I can either come as an angel or I can come as a demon. I'm both at the same time. So you'll see wings and you'll see a horn. And some people, they get scared. And then others, they ignore me. They don't even see me. And then there's some that meet me and and they see both because they are both. And then we're forever friends. And then the angels, they want to tell me to not see my demons. And then the demons tell me not to see the angels because I see them as well. I love them as well. And instead of fighting either, I embrace them both and I love them both and I unite them. And that's how you dispel this world. That's how you just let what is be what is. I thought like these secret societies and stuff was bad. They're not. They're not. I'm just going to leave it at this. The reason why they're not is because they would not exist without you. See, I did through some studying about beings out of this world, and I do believe there may be other life. I can't confirm it, and I can't deny it. And one of my studies took me through, who are these people? If I can't make these vaccines and kill people and lie to them about it, if I can't lie to them about cures, if I want to know the truth, then how can these people lie? And I even question if they were people, because I've met those that are angry and they get sick, they die. A human being cannot, I firsthand seen it. When you're negative, you're acidic. See, your blood is energy, okay? Your blood is the elixir of Kundalini, your chi, your life force. Your energy flows through your veins, through that blood. And that is what they meant by Jesus spilling his blood. That whole simile was talking about the consciousness in the blood. And the funny thing is, healthy blood is a pH of 7. And your chakras, you have 7. The subconscious, your spirit is 7. 6 is man. That's why they use 666. They try to say that man is the devil because it's before this consciousness, right? But it's not. It's still part of evolution. It's still needed. I wanted to deny these beings. I wanted them to go away. And then I realized how to make them go away. If everybody would realize that they are the value. I'm going to finish up this with something that happened yesterday. I went to the store and I had my pajama bottoms on and I had my coat. And I was walking to Myers, which is a grocery store here. And I went by this they have like little stations where they'll give you food. Well, this lady had like mint cookies and I like mint cookies. And so she had them in halves, and she offered me, and I was like, thank you. I appreciate you offering me the cookie. So I took the cookie and I was eating it. And I was standing there by her when I was eating the cookie. And I know it was so quick, but the interaction felt eternal. She said, buy a box of cookies. I said, I like these cookies. They are good. She was like, oh, you're rich. I said, huh? I'm rich? Now people, look around for a second. I'm not rich. I don't even have a job anymore. But anyway, I do have a job. It's called living. That's what I love the most is living. So it's a job. But she said, you're rich. And I said, no, I'm not. She said, look at your jacket. I looked at my jacket and I said, ma'am, I got this from Goodwill, which is a thrift shop. I think you guys know what a thrift shop is. But I was like, ma'am, I got this from Goodwill 2 years ago. I spent $12 on it. She said, no, you didn't. You're a liar. You're rich. You look rich. And I'm like, I got flip-flops on and there's snow outside. I got pajama bottoms on and I got a coat. So this is what I did. I said, you know what? I said, I'm rich in spirit. I said, you are the value. I said, I may appear rich to you. I said, because I'm rich in here. I said, I don't have $1 to my name. Well, I had $86 to my name. So I guess I was rich, but that's gone now. Bills and groceries. Bye-bye, money. Anyways, so I told her she's rich in spirit and that she sees it in me because it's in her. And I told her that I appear to be rich because of that. And it has nothing to do with money because money is not the value. It's your spirit. She said, no, you're rich. And she pretty much just shoved me off and she told me, you can afford to buy cookies. And she basically, every time she couldn't jab me because I did nothing but send it back to her with love. So she couldn't get angry because, again, I repelled it every time she tried. So I walked down and one of the other employees heard our conversation. He was like, can I have some money? No, I'm joking. I was like, you have a beautiful day. Be rich in spirit. And I told her one more thing. I said, if you feel rich and you are rich, you bring richness into your life. I said, if you feel poor and you feel useless, then you bring that into your life. But I don't feel poor. I don't feel useless. I don't feel any of those things. All right. I love y'all. Mwah.